Welcome, vegans and non-vegans. My name is Epic Vegan Power here on YouTube, and I'm doing debates with meat eaters, meaning non-vegans, about your position. If you want to defend your position, I welcome you to have a debate with me. You can join my Discord, and we'll work it out when we have a debate. I'm just gonna ask you a few questions to test if you have a position that is logically consistent, or maybe you run into a contradiction. We'll see, we'll find out. Be curious about the process, just take it in, soak it in. Maybe you might learn something, maybe I might learn something, because I'm also not perfect. I might do mistakes while debating. That happens. There's there's no flaw in that. Just mistakes happen, and we're here to learn from them and correct them if possible. So that's what I wanted to address. This topic of this video is clarity. So basically, how I see that a debate is um, part parted in two parts. So the first part is to get a clear position, and the second part is argumentation. So how do we focus on getting a clear position? Yes, we have to ask when we are naming the trait. So if you're a meat eater, when you're naming the trait, try to make it as clear as possible what the trait is, and not using vague words, vague definitions, hip and hopping, saying the trait is that and then it's something different, or that it's including a word but then you exclude it. Things like that are not permissible. They will just lead to confusion and to me pressing you on some more clarification. That's kind of what I could have done better with my last debate I posted up on YouTube. It took me 40 minutes to get a contradiction, which is a very long time just to get the clarification. So it shows that you have to press on a clear position, on a clear trait. Otherwise, we just ran into like vicious circle where he keeps repeating himself and I keep repeating myself, and we had a problem that we couldn't. I wasn't really grasping that some words in his trait weren't clear enough, so we need to have a clear trait in order to be able to continue the debate and have the argument. And most of the time, if the trait can't be named clearly, then the debate can already end there. If the person is just a sophist, a particularist that is going to name some silly trait that doesn't make sense, then the debate can already be over there. He's a trait denialist, or he's a trait equalization denialist. All sorts of things of that nature can happen before we even can establish the argument or the contradiction. So I wanted to show you a little excerpt from my debate, from my last debate I had with a meat eater. It took 40 minutes to get the contradiction, which is a very long time. And here is how he formulated his trait and what he thought, how the trait worked. And that's a problem I didn't recognize in this moment, and I should have addressed it, that the trait doesn't work like that. And then we would have had a debate. We had a long debate about how the trait works also, but I should have pointed it out just right at the beginning. Let's listen into it. So first I'm gonna try to phrase the trait he named, just to make it clear that I have understood the trait. We heard that's not species. Your first trait was being of a kind that has a metaphysical experience. So there's the first problem. What is being of a kind? What is a kind? I should have asked for clarification there, because it is unclear what is meant by the word kind. I thought it would be clear, but it's in hindsight, it's an unclear term. We don't know what is it, kind of human, kind of what. Just saying kind is not clear enough. At least for me, or for the debate, it wasn't clear enough what the kind is. Is it the species? Is it the kind of people with red hair? I don't know what kind is it. So This is the first thing that I should have asked for clarification here, which I missed. Am I right?
Rational kind that have metaphysical experience.
So what does he mean by kind? Yeah, is it being? Is it human? Is it animal? Is it what is it? Being of a rational kind. Okay. So and there's where you can run into problems. If you just think, okay, I kinda understood the trade. I'm just gonna use it like this, even though it's still wibbly wobbly. That doesn't work. You know, it like the words have to be clear. It has to be, it has to has meaning. What is meant by kind, what is meant by being, what is rational. Okay, we can also ask for clarification. What does it mean by rational? Is it able to use a computer? Is it able to play chess? What's um, meant by that too? Is it intelligence? Because intelligence is it like higher intelligence? Yes. So we have different things. We have to ask for clarification here, which I missed in this stage of the debate. Um, you just to be clear on that. So that's the difference. You know, the animal is lacking that and the human is having that trait, so it makes it not okay to eat the human, right? So what am I saying here? I'm saying that because I'm asking for the trait difference, so what he is naming is the difference what makes it okay to eat animals and not okay to eat humans. So everything that in his mind is a human and it's not okay to eat it possesses this trait, and everything that doesn't possess the trait, um, or be it animals don't possess the trait, so it's okay to eat those animals. Humans, all the humans possess the trait, so it would be not okay to eat them.
Well, not necessarily lagging as a human, but like they have no capability and they have not established that. Like, for example, I do acknowledge that we don't have this trait from a zygote embryo baby, taller, maybe mentally ill people don't have this trait. But
So that's a big problem here. He's saying that babies and mentally disabled people don't have the trait he named, and that's a problem. Also, I missed at this moment in the debate. Very important. Um, if you value the human, even if it's a mentally disabled human, it must have the trait. So you would have to formulate the trait such as it includes those humans or babies or zygotes. You know, so you can't say those humans. I understand what you're trying to do. It's you're saying, for example, disabled people lack some mental capacity, but because they belong to the human race, you value them. So your trait would have to embody that idea that those humans belong to a greater group that has the capacity to to be rational, for example. So the debunk on that, or the question, um, so just to make it clear, the trait would be belongs to a group, or belongs to um, is part of the species that has this capacity. So the debunk on that would be to have humans that are not part of the species, or um, to just also the debunk on that would make, we would take the species as a whole and make the whole species dumber. You know, like 51% of them don't have a rational capacity. Would it be then okay to eat them? So that's one problem I missed. If the person you're naming, disabled people, they must possess the trait in order to be valued, not to be killed, not to be used as food. Otherwise, if they don't have the trait, then they're on the same level as the animal, because the animal also doesn't have the trait. So that's my 2 cents on this topic of clarity. So you need to have absolute clarity on what is meant by the trait, what it includes, and try to formulate it as clearly and as easily with a few words, or as with a clear words as possible, in order to make the debate easier. Otherwise, you're making it hard, and you're probably making it hard on purpose to use uh, words that allow clouds. You can't see through clouds. These are cloudy words. Okay, thank you for watching. Maybe you have a comment on this one. That would be interesting to know what your opinion is. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.